Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen across our beautiful country of Canada, our friends around the world, in the known and unknown universe. Welcome back to your favorite angry Canadian on the third day of October 2023, asking that all so important question: evolution or creationism? Evolution says that everything on our planet started from one cell, I don't even know what they would call it, it's so tiny. And over billions of years, it evolved into what we have today. Kind of interesting that it took billions of years to evolve, but in a blink of an eye, and a lot of it could be destroyed very quickly by humans. Man, we are the Homo sapiens. Look at the deer's eye. It's got some kind of a growth on it. It's got a big one on one eye, and there's a couple on the other side. I don't know what it is. I would like somebody who knows that tell me. And what a shock it is when I found one on the birds that were feeding in our backyard. Are these, well, I don't know what they are, so I'm not going to speculate. Ticks maybe, or I don't know what would be doing this. But if in a short place, a little place, I can find two critters. By the way, look at its neck too. It looks like it's been injured or maybe a deformity when it was hatched. I don't know, but nature is incredible, and it's only visible on planet Earth as far as we know. So the age-old debate rages on about evolution or creationism. That has happened with me too quite a bit, because in school I learned about evolution. I mean, it was just straightforward. You don't question it. That's how it came to be. But now, as I've gotten older, I question a lot of things that I see and wonder, how the hell did it actually happen? The other night, Cindy and I were watching a show. It's on YouTube. It had to do with dragonflies. And you know that dragonflies were around hundreds of millions of years before the dinosaurs. How did they survive? Now, they were much larger apparently at that time, probably had a lot of food and no pesticide, but they're still here hundreds of millions of years of evolution, and they look the same, they behave the same. By the way, it was a fascinating documentary. It talked about how dragonflies are the killers of the sky. I mean, you know, many predators have a 20% success rate. Dragonflies, according to that documentary, have a 100% success rate of catching insects, bugs, whatever the heck they feed on. And what a creature it is. Starts its life in water, ends up flying. And you know that dragonflies have 4 wings, 2 per side? Well, the 2 can operate independently. The speeds that they can attain, it's just, you know, I'm 68 and a half years old, and I'm sitting there in awe and wondering, what is the answer? What is the answer? Both my parents have passed away, and if it sounds silly or dumb, I'm not going to say stupid, well, I just did. I sometimes feel their presence around. And, you know, that's not the same as if they were here, but just an odd feeling. It's an odd feeling, you know. Scientists tell us that when you pass away, it's lights out. That's it. You're gone. Nothing. You will become dust, and that's it. But then how is it that humans have a soul? When the airplanes, when they count how many people on board, they don't say people, souls. How many souls are on an airplane? These are very perplexing questions for my little brain. But I just got to joke about it a bit. It's crazy what has happened with all the life. And think about it. If evolution is real, then the dinosaurs were the perfect creatures. Perfect. We are weak and stupid. Well, basically, you can say that about many humans. Weak and stupid. They, first of all, believe anything and everything. They don't want to educate themselves, feeling that that's good enough. And then you have the upper crust, and they're pretty crusty, who want to destroy the world, who have no hesitation in taking thousands, hundreds of thousands of life in a wink of an eye. They don't care. How did that evolve? Predatory instinct? I'd just call it stupidity. I wasn't going to talk too much during this video. I was going to focus on the beauty of nature, which is something that Cindy and I have been focused on from the very beginning of making videos and photography. When you see something like this, tell me about evolution and what it's capable of. A butterfly. Why? And why are there so many different kinds and sizes and everything? Well, they all have a purpose, dude. Yeah, so who decided that? Evolution? What happened? It just blows me away because, like I said, if you start thinking about it, nothing makes sense anymore. Nothing makes sense. The only thing that we can know is that our planet is unique in our solar system. As far as we know, it's the only one that supports life. If it gets destroyed, I don't think it will be done by global climate change. I think it'll be probably a nuclear exchange, because if people think that they can keep pounding Russia into the dirt, sooner or later, well, maybe they will snap. And especially as the Western Front picks up more and more of the battle. Very crazy goings on. So I can find conflict even in a beautiful video about butterflies and, oh, the hummingbirds. I love them little things. I've seen videos where a praying mantis on a plant grabs a hummingbird hovering and devours it. I mean, I never would have expected that. I love to learn things, whatever. And that's part of the conflict. So many people don't know their butt from a hole in the ground. And you wonder, how the hell did they survive so long? Well, maybe if it's creationism, God embraces the stupid, brainless. And if it's evolution, well, they were at the bottom of the scale. Not the smartest and brightest. They weren't the apple at the top of the tree. More like falling on the ground. And what happens when they fall on the ground? Oh yeah, they rot away. So I don't know what this video is about. I love nature. I love beauty. I wish more people would also feel that, to the point of telling politicians. You don't friggin' ask them. You don't ask them. You tell them. Stop the war crap. Stop killing. Stop building weapons when we need schools and hospitals. We need doctors, technology and growth in population. We need cleaner sources of everything. Not just getting carbon out of the air. What's happened to the water and the black soil of Ukraine, which is one of the best in the world, extends so far down. Great for agriculture. Poison it. You can blame the Russians with their mining of them, and you can also blame the West with depleted uranium ammunition, which means that some countries are refusing Ukrainian wheat and stuff because, well, the bread basket of the world. Hungry people around the world were being fed by that. Do you think it's an accident that that's where the war happened? Nothing is an accident now when it comes to humanity. And the consequences for so many people will be dire. It already is, not will be. So, pretty bad. Got to get out and enjoy nature time to time, which is going to be a lot more difficult now that gas prices are going up in the way. And a fill-up costs $100 for us every time. It's $100. It used to be like 50, 60.